I think it's pretty safe to say that by far, one of the big exciting elements of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker has all to do with all the different connections to the prequels and the originals, as well as, of course, Star Wars Legends by JJ and co-writer Chris Terrio, and what they plan to do in order to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is, of course, going to really create brand new questions at the very beginning of this movie that will be answered at the very end of Episode 9. That's really going to serve as, of course, these different revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications within the Skywalker saga that's going to change our view on, of course, the prequels and the originals. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are said to be traveling over to a place in the Outer Rim, where they are said to be in search of Palpatine's vault that is said to be locked away over in an abandoned Imperial base. It's explained that one of the scenes is said to involve the lead Knight of Ren placing an explosive on a blast door, where it's actually said to create a large hole that leads to Palpatine's vault, where Kylo Ren is described to come across a large hollow projector. The hollow projector is described to eventually project a hologram of Darth Maul unveiling a vital secret to the galaxy and the Force as a whole, where in the sequence, Maul's hologram is described to reveal that the Beyond is said to hold a connection to the spiritual realm, which is said to give the Beyond the power that it has that exceeds the power of the dark side. It's explained that by Maul in the hologram that the Beyond is the very spot in which one can communicate with the spiritual realm, where the best and that it serves as the most powerful Force nexus there is in the galaxy, and is said to be the one, of course, that created the midichlorians to exist in the first place. The Beyond is described to also be a pathway to the netherworld of the Force, as well as how it's described to be what allows a Force sensitive to use the ability of flow walking, which allows a Force user to see elements of the past through one's meditation after activating all of the Dark Temples. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, the thing about Episode 9 here is that we do know that JJ wants to add in new mediums to the Star Wars franchise. We're talking about flow walking, the netherworld, everything related to that side of Star Wars that we have never seen before in a live-action Star Wars film, other than comics and stuff around those lines in Legends back in the 90s and early 2000s. So, moving on beyond this, alright, we do know that, of course, there is going to be a big segment over in the Outer Rim between Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren, basically going on search for the depths of the dark side, trying to learn more knowledge about the dark side, before Kylo Ren bumps into Palpatine on the world of Exegol. Now, what's really intriguing about this is, of course, the hologram of Darth Maul revealing several things about, of course, the Force and the galaxy itself. Now, the one thing that really stands out to me the most here is, of course, how the Beyond is said to be the very Force nexus that is said to be responsible for creating the midichlorians. Now, yes, the Wills are the godlike beings who created the universe and the galaxy that we all know and love in the Star Wars franchise, but it was the Force nexus that is actually considered to be the Beyond that was created by the Wills that was actually able to create the midichlorians throughout the entire galaxy, allowing many people around the galaxy to become Force sensitives. So you can really see how JJ's trying to kind of change how we view midichlorians and why they really exist and exactly why they're so, much of a big deal in the Star Wars franchise. And now it's all rooted to, of course, the Wills and, of course, the Force nexus, that, of course, being the Beyond. So it's kind of funny because for the longest time we've been wondering what the Beyond really is, and it's basically a Force nexus point at the very center of the unknown regions. Now, the unknown regions, by the way, is a very dangerous spot over in the galaxy that Palpatine actually resides on, and that location is where Palpatine is said to actually be hiding on the world of Exegol, that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are able to eventually discover by using a thing called the Wayfinder device that once belonged to Darth Vader, where Rey is eventually going to be able to find Palpatine's somewhere else on the world of Kijimi. And that's the very interesting point of Episode 9, right? Is, of course, this holo projector projecting the Darth Maul hologram is said to change how we view the Force in general. So the Beyond is also said to be a pathway to, of course, the spiritual realm and the netherworld of the Force. Force, which could explain as to why at some point in this film, Rey and Kylo Ren are going to be in the Netherworld, initiated by Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost, by using and utilizing the power of the Beyond in a very unique and original way that fans would never expect to see on the big screen. In fact, Chris Terrio just told us, a couple of days ago, told the fans in an Empire magazine that the Force is going to be pretty much used in several different ways in this movie that fans would never expect to see in a Star Wars movie. It's going to be all about what the Force can really do and how powerful it can really be. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night